Solve this problem, this example that I'm about to do, you need to be comfortable with it. Because if you're not comfortable, this problem will be tough. So let's start. Based off of this graph, I want to calculate what f of 2 will be. I want to figure out what f of negative 2 will be, f of negative 3, and f of negative 5. So let's start with f of 2. Whatever's inside the parentheses is always the value of x in the graph. So here the value of x is 2, and it's asking me what the value of y is of this graph when x is 2. So the x is 2 right there, the value of y will be negative 2. Well, so that's negative 2. Now similarly, if I'm trying to figure out f of negative 2, that will be right there. Let's say that's about 0. Could be a little bit higher, but for our purposes, approximate value, x is negative 2, the y value of the graph there is 0. And then f of negative 3, 1, 2, 3, so there's negative 3. And the x value there is about 1. F of negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's the x value. What's the y value of the graph at negative 5? Oops, I don't know why it's doing that. Around here. And I guess I can say that's about negative 3. I know it's a little less than negative 3, but for our purposes, for now, let's just go with negative 3. So take a second, pause if you need to, make sure you understand how all these calculations are done, because this is really just a basic building block of this particular problem that we're about to do. Alright, so let's move on to the problem. I'm going to get that out of the way. I'm going to bring the problem up here, and let's work through this problem. So the problem here is saying graph of the functions p and b are shown on the xy plane above. For which of the following values of x does p of x plus b of x equal 0? So p is the positive parabola, and the b is the upside down parabola. So it's saying for which of the following values of x has to be one of these 5 answer choices, either 0, 1, 2, or 3. So for example, a would be p of 0 plus b of 0 equals 0. Let me write this down. So according to answer choice A, which is 0, it would mean that I'm using my answer choices here. P of 0 plus b of 0 equals 0. Answer choice B is saying, which is 1, is saying p of 1 plus b of 1 equals 0. Answer choice C, which is 2, is saying p of 2 plus b of 2 equals 0. And lastly, I have D, which is saying p of 3 plus b of 3 equals 0. So let's go through all of them. Let's start with A. The example before showed me how to figure out p of 0 or b of 0. So p of 0 is saying that my x value is 0, which is right there, and the graph of p is, remember that, regular, it's like blue parabola. So 0, the y value there is 4, so p of 0 is 4, and b of 0 is right there, b of 0 will just be 0. So I have 4 plus 0, which equals 4, or not 0, and that's why A is not my answer. I'm going to go to B now. P of 1. P of 1 is right there, and again, P of 1 is just a positive parabola, which is my blue one, so P of 1 is looking like it's about negative 2. So I'm actually going to write this one down here. So P of 1 will be negative 2 plus B of 1. So let's figure out what B of 1 will be. B of 1 will be about 3. So negative 2 plus 3 is 1. Again, it's not 0. I'm looking for something. It's gonna, when I add them, it's gonna give me 0. So for that reason, I can cross out B as well. And let's hop over to C. So P of 2. P of 2 is right there. P of 2 will be 4. And plus B of 2. B of 2 will be... did I do something wrong? I did. I think I calculated P of 2 wrong. So if you caught that, great. P of 2 is actually going to... Remember, P is my blue parabola. So P of 2 is actually negative 4. Right? So P of 2 is right there. And P is the positive, the blue parabola. So the y value at that point is negative 4. So that's negative 4. And then B of 2. B of 2 is what I calculated. So B of 2 should be positive 4 because the value of the B is the B graph 4. So negative 4 plus 4 does equal 0, which is what I'm looking for, which actually makes my answer C too. And just to prove why D wouldn't work, let's try P of 3. P of 3 right there. And so that would give me negative 2 plus B of 3. B of 3 would be, boom, right there. And would be about positive 3. Which gives you 1 again. So that one doesn't work. Answer choice C. On a scale of 1 to 5, definitely close to your level 4. Simple concept. They try to make it complicated. If you don't want to use the answer choices, you could see the distance. Let me change the color of this pen. The distance right here between these 2 points, and let's make this a different color. And these 2 points right there is the same. So that would imply that that area cancels that out. Yeah, I don't really like explaining it that way, but that's essentially what's happening here, because that and that will make it 0. Understand how I did it going through the answer choices. I think that'll be big. Understand that first example that I gave you, and understand how to connect the dots to this particular problem from that example. So answer choice C here.